So this video will be very exciting because I will show you 3 ways of making those kind of spikes here on the shoulders. So first way is very straightforward. We will go to our subtool palette, then append, here, append, and then we go to a cone 3D. Nice. Let's try it, cone 3D. And the cone is appearing here inside, so we will just click on it here on the subtool menu, on the subtools. Maybe we can increase the count of the subtools. This increase count of the subtools menu is appearing first time, I think, in ZBrush 2019. So if you have lower version of ZBrush, you might think of upgrading because this is comfortable. Now we can click on it, and then we have to move it around this area. So this will be done by how? Think about it. Pressing W to get this the pivot and just dragging it here. So this will be one of our, let's turn on polyframe here. This will be one of our spikes. The thing is that this is not looking super nice, but let's try it. Let's press D to subdivide it, and it's super sharp, and it's not maybe the best option. We can of course decrease the sharpness by going to ZModeler brush, the ZModeler brush, and then insert single edge loop, and with Alt we will just delete some edge loops like this. Let's try it now. Okay, it will be a bit better, but this is a bit not that good. And then we might have to, of course, make it little, make it smaller, and then with Alt rotate it. But since I'm rotating with perspective, it will be a bit difficult, but not a problem. Yeah. Now we can rotate by the red axis and then put it where it belongs, here. So this is one of the ways we can make our spikes. The thing is that I have to make them a bit smaller. We need adjustments, but with all of the ways that we can make them, we will need to make those kind of adjustments. Just doing. Notice that with the move tool, with this this 3D pivot, the thing is that with the white circle, you're rotating according to your camera. So the white circle is always straightforward to our camera. We can rotate, and with others, they're always to the axes. So it's up to you which one you will use. So now I think this is it. And how to make it appear on the other places? It will be manual with all the ways that we will do it. It will be manual. Control and drag will give us another instance, which we can put like this, rotate, and just put it in the right place. Okay. Then again, put our camera like this, because if you do it like that, it's not a problem, but you will need to rotate again. So yeah, rotate, put it here, and put it inward with the green. Yes. And then another one, control drag, rotate, rotate without control, and maybe one more, control drag, rotate, put it here. And that's the first way we can do this. And I will show you other ways, which will be basically the same as we'll have to put them over. So in order to get out of the mask, you just, you know, it was masked, everything but the last one. We just control drag outside the object and we get rid of the mask. Now this is that we have a very sharp area here, which I don't like, but we can always smooth it, and it would be a little bit smarter to smooth it before we start to multiply it, but whatever, it's just the way it is. So what else we might do? Let's just with one big move brush just put it on the right path. It looks fine. We can of course mirror and okay, and it will be like this, and you will see how this little detail is making the model look a bit more interesting. So it's fine, but we will delete it. Okay, it's no more here, and we don't have save, so we're doomed. But we will try something else. So first, we may make, this will be a little bit complicated, not too much, but let's hear me out. Just you need to be aware that this is an option. You don't need to do it, but just be aware that this is an option. I will just push this a bit inwards because it's too much interfering with the shoulder in this area. So a little bit like this. And I think now it's better. So the next way is to copy, to duplicate whatever part we want from the object. For example, I can duplicate the shoulders. So duplicate the shoulders, and now we are on the duplicate of the shoulders. And now we go to our pivot with W, press W, and then we go to this customize menu here, which is this green gear, this gear. Press it, and then we can get Cone 3D here. We can get another things. So what this do is this will convert our object that we are currently on to one of those primitives here, which is kind of useful because we can control them better from here. I will show you. So press it, and sorry, symmetry. Okay, we will disable symmetry and try again. Maybe with symmetry it doesn't work. Okay, so now we have this cone. Sometimes it makes it very small, but we have it here. So you won't see it because it's there, but if you press W again, you will have the option to make it bigger and put it here, for example. And now I like this cone a little bit better. So now press W again on the cone itself and press it again. So you'll have these options here. Let's turn on this and Shift D to disable dynamic subdivisions. Now we have the options on all these primitives here. We have the option to just make this, you know, to add, and here also we don't need that much polygons for this, especially on pieces like this cone that we will multiply a couple of times. I prefer to have control over the poly count. So the other cone that we had before is this poly count, and when we subdivide it enough, it will be a lot of polygons. This one in the beginning will start with a lot less polygons, which I think is cooler. So now I can go ahead and remove my perspective just to be able to move this point backwards a bit, so it will be not that sharp. Okay, and then I will press D to subdivide it. Now it looks more like from this area, because those spikes are not super sharp, you know. And I told you, nothing in ZBrush should be very sharp. So this is the other way we can do it. And now we can, of course, place it as exactly like the other one here. We can just do this and then just control drag and place it and stuff. But we will leave this. We'll disable the visibility of it. And I will show you the other way, which is very simple and very fast way. But for this, we'll need to duplicate the shoulders again, because I don't want to use that way. I prefer to use the way that I have shown you just now. But I will show you the other way. So duplicate the shoulders, then solo them. So now we are on the duplicate shoulders. The other ones are there. but the duplicates are here. So now, there's another a little bit new thing. So now we have dynamic subdivisions. We don't have real subdivisions. We have dynamic subdivisions. And there are 5 of them. Maybe they are too much, but we'll see. We can apply those subdivisions and they will appear here as real subdivisions. Let's try it. Apply. And now we have 6 total subdivisions. We can drag them here, or we can press D to go up subdivisions, or Shift D to go down. You see here how they change. D, couple of times, Shift D, Shift D, Shift D, until we go down. So we go up with a couple of times D, and then we have symmetry, and then we just make this. Unmasks. Unmasks on the places that we want those spikes. That's very easy. Then we reverse the mask by control clicking outside the object, and then with simple move brush, we go press with Alt and drag, and it will go like this. And then we can smooth it. Of course, it's not exact science here, but you see what I mean, how you can do it. Press with Alt and just drag, and then smooth with Shift. Just smooth with Shift, smooth with Shift. And this is not the most, how do I say, elegant way, but it's working, and also makes our spikes more cartoonish, more what we want them to be, and that's very, very cool. But for this, we need to apply subdivisions, to have real subdivisions, which is a little bit not that, how do I say, flexible, not that flexible. So yeah, you will decide which way to use. I can use this, and then I can, for example, remove symmetry, make this, smooth it, and this will be good. You see, with the clay tubes, I'm just making some places where his armor is eaten by bugs. No, it was chipped, so it's cool. It's chipped to some places, and this is a stylized way of making kind of armor damage. Yes, and we can also make some real damage with the normal brush, but it doesn't. We don't need to do it. Let's see everything and remove the other shoulders. And I think I can keep that shoulders. I show you the other ways, and I like the result of this way the most, so I will keep it for now. We have the other shoulder. If we need it, I just disable the visibility of it, but we have it. So if we need it, we can always go and take it. So now we may start doing some things for the arm, just those things here. We might need to do those, to extract those things and make them thicker or make them thickness, or we can leave them like this. It's up to us. Let's extract them. Let's extract them to practice extractions. So how to do this? Be very careful when you mask, because we need to mask first. Don't go over the edge like this. Don't. Just stay away from the edges, because after you extract, it will be bad. You know, so stay away from the edges. That's my advice. You can try to go over the edges, and then you will see, because you will see that it's not good, because you need mostly you need a straight surface without too much things on the edge. So it will be best after extract to just adjust it manually than to go over the edge here. So this, let's extract it. So I just masked with control and dragging, mask it. We don't have symmetry on the arms, which I don't care. So extract, because we can always, of course, mirror. It's very easy. Extract, accept, then make it solo, just to show you. So when we extract and accept, ZBrush is just jumping to our new subtool that it created, and we can Control-Shift-Click to isolate only this group, then del hidden. And del hidden is, I haven't shown you, but yeah, it's here in modified topology, del hidden. It's a little bit, you know, from modified topology, I'm using only mirror and weld, del hidden, weld points sometimes, and close holes, nothing else. And there are a lot of things here. So it's a little bit confusing. That's why I have it here, because it's one of my most used things. Del hidden, and then ZRemesher on the low count. And sometimes ZRemesher, when the things go very thin, it makes mistakes. So let's try to get rid of this by a little bit bigger count there. Yes, it's cool. Yeah, you just have to Control Z and try again when you have this kind of obvious bugs. But it's not exactly a big issue, because it's not exactly a big issue, you know. So I'm just dragging with my high polish brush, and then move brush here. Then I will show everything, and we can even deflate this a bit because it's too much outside the object itself, which is not good. Deflate it a bit, so inflate, but on the other side, and it's here. And I can ZRemesh it again just to see what's happening. Every ZRemesh that you made, it will make the smoother geometry, which sometimes is good, sometimes is not that good, but in our case here it's fine. Smoother geometry is fine for us. Now we can continue on the other places, but first let's move this. I want to make this good, the border here to be better looking. That's why we have a separate object now. That's why I extracted it, because we have more control, and that's a cool thing. So let's now, don't forget, I switched to the arm now, so I'm on the arm. Don't forget to disable this mask and before you make new one, because otherwise you will have a problem. It will extract both, and yeah, you don't want that. So disable one mask by Control dragging outside the object, and now we are making this mask. Making the mask with Control, just with Control drawing on the object, making the mask, rotating, moving, everything. And now I will extract this. Extract, accept, again, Control-Shift-Click, del hidden, and then ZRemesher on the lowest. Let's see if it will make some problems. Yes, it had made some very huge problems here. I'm not sure why. Let's see. Let's make it with a little bit bigger polygon count here. Okay, now it's a bit better, although it has some issues here, which I don't know why they appear, but it's not exactly a big problem. So now I will deflate it again to match more the hand below, and then I will move this to go below the other armor. Alright, and this is looking promising. Of course we will need to ZRemesh it a few more times probably. Let's try. Okay, it's a bit better. We can use this. And probably this will be it for this video, of course. And yeah, we'll continue in the next one, where I will show you some other things. And maybe we can start making the sword, or we'll see. So bye for now.